Hi everybody, I'm Fran Jessie and I'm here on my live Facebook. This is my 9th day of the Facebook challenge for SueBrooke.com and I am the Spice Lady. I'm really glad to be here. I have a couple of things that I want to go into today. The first topic though is the African bird peppers. That is the spice I'm going to be talking about. But before I do that, I want to get into something that was really awesome happening for me over the weekend. I love networking. I love to go out and talk to people, and it's like I love to hear what people do and the differences and who we are and everything. I love that. And I attended an event yesterday on Casey Eberhardt's Networking Riches. And it's about networking and building relationships, etc., etc. And I just want to make one statement up front here is like it is not MLM and it is not a pyramid. It's building relationships. So I just wanted to clear that up. But I had an amazing experience because I am 73 years old, okay? And I have been feeling like I'm a little older than the prime people that really get all the attention with all their videos and their wonderful ways to do things, and I'm feeling a little bit kind of like I'm a little bit out of sync, although I know that I am vital and youthful and I feel great and I have lots to offer and all that kind of things. But inside me I was feeling a little intimidated by all this, and so I just kept going. Just keep going, Fran, keep going. So I made a comment to a friend on Facebook about feeling that way, and Casey heard it and through the feed, and he decided on this Saturday was all informational. It was just awesome information. It was information on just how to live your life and how to be good with people and so forth. So the next day was from 9 to 1 was going to be the masterminding. Somebody was going to be in the hot seat. Well, because of my comment on Facebook, Casey chose me to be the first one up. My comment had to do with feeling older. So it was an awesome experience, and what I got out of that was like, oh my God, people couldn't believe how old I was. They said I was lying. It made me feel really, really good. But part of that, being able to have people tell me that, is because of what I'm going to talk about today. It's like my spices. Not my spices, but spices, period. Health benefits for spices. I mean, I do have a spice blend, but, the end will come. That will come at the end. And I believe in them wholeheartedly. I've been taking spices and using them for over 23 years of my life. I stopped taking salt and additives and things like that. And so I believe wholeheartedly it has helped me stay healthy. I don't have to take medications. I'm doing the best I can, and I'm not perfect. I could lose some weight. I don't eat perfectly and everything else, but there's one passion I have, and also learning about spices. There's hundreds of them. And my intention is my spices, I am the Spice Lady from A to Z, and I intend to do a video on every spice that I can find from A to Z, and doing a little talk on it. And so today, the next spice I found in the alphabet was African bird peppers. Okay, that seemed to be the next one in line. So they're kind of interesting. Although peppers, there's lots of peppers. They all kind of look alike, but there are a few differences. And I have to read this because I can't memorize everything. So I want to start at the beginning. And first of all, the African bird pepper, funny name, huh? Is also known as goat's pepper and cockspur pepper. It is a dwarf variety of the hot chili pepper, which is used in African and Asian cuisines to add color and seasoning to a variety of foods such as beef, poultry, soups, stews, curries, rice and bean dishes, etc. Here's what, the African bird pepper is also known as capsicum. I'm not sure about that. I should have looked it up, but I didn't. Capsicum annuum, a hot chili that grows wild in parts of northwest Africa. Pili pili is the Swahili word for pepper. They grow in Malawi, South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, and the tropical forests of South Sudan and the southern half of Ethiopia. It was brought to Goa by Portuguese, and these plants subsequently adapted to the hot climate. climate. Piri Piri is the spelling, P-I-R-I, is the spelling of the name as used in the Portuguese language, namely in the Portuguese-speaking Mozambican community. They're pretty hot. One of the differences in all the peppers is like the cayenne and the hot peppers is their heat value, and they have a standard and they're called heat units. And there's a name of a company that actually keeps track of all that. It's called Scoville Heat Units, Scoville heat units, and they are used to specify the hotness of food, specifically chili peppers. In 1912, Wilbur Scoville devised a system to determine how hot foods are. He used a panel of tasters to provide heat scores for different peppers. This is so fun. Although we still use Wilbur's name for the Scoville heat units, the current method is much more scientific. And the base is like the African bird pepper is on a scale of 90, where the pure capsicum, the hottest one, is on a scale of like 15 million, it looks like. And then the bell pepper is on 0. So that is kind of where the scale lands on this pepper. Other peppers, chipotle pepper, are 10,000 versus our 90,000 for the African bird. And so they go on scales, and that's one of the differences is the heat value in this pepper. So the pepper contains a lot of health benefits, actually, a lot of anti-inflammation and anti-aging. Oh, they're spicy, though. That's one of the issues with this. A lot of people can't take spice, can't handle it in their system. They got issues. But if we can get it down to in a blend, I blend it, and so therefore it's not so hot. But excuse me, it can be an issue, and it's kind of hard to get benefits if you can't take this kind of a spice. But this pepper contains carotene molecules that have potent antioxidant elements. African bird pepper, and more specifically cayenne, has been successfully used to treat arthritis, psoriasis, cluster headaches, and amputation pain, as well as the lower the rate of cardiovascular disease. Just a minute, please. Thank you. Now, a little bit about cultivation, climate, growing, harvesting, and preserving. The African bird pepper has grown wild in Africa for centuries, but has been under commercial cultivation for many years in Uganda, Malawi, and Zimbabwe. I think I said so earlier, sorry. Other countries where it is cultivated include Papua New Guinea, China, Mexico, Chile, and India. It grows, here's a picture of the actual tree. This one's done in a pot, so you can actually grow these at home. They're only about 3/4 of an inch long, as I'll tell you in a minute. So growing African bird's eye chilies is very labor intensive, and they require hand picking. The pods are picked when they are bright red and about 3/4 quarters of an inch long. They are harvested during the peak summer months. It is then dried in the shade or used as a fresh fruit. Fresh fruit. I wonder how spicy that would be. I could imagine. As noted commonly, a cayenne pepper has various levels of potency, ranging from the mild paprika to hotter versions of the fruit. Its primary constituents are capsaicin, carotenoid, I gotta get that right, I'm sorry, flavonoids, volatile oil, steroidal saponins in the seeds. Here is a picture of, actually the spice one is dried, and then what it looks like a cayenne pepper, but that's the powder I'm talking about in blends. So it's fairly hot stuff, but it's adds so much flavor to your foods. Dry the pepper, the dry peppers are preserved hanging in a cool, dry place, whole or ground until needed. You can also make a pepper oil using the ground powder and a carrier oil such as sunflower oil. That's another area. But the description of the plants they are perennial and sometimes produce for 3 years before they are plowed under, depending on the growing conditions. The plants range in height from 1.5 to 4 feet, so they go in a pot great, and are usually very bushy. Make pretty plants too. Look at these are red and green peppers. Can you imagine that on your patio in your backyard? Just live food. The leaves are vary in length, 1.5 to 3 inches, and in width from 1/2 to 1 inch. The fruits generally measure between a 1/2 inch and 1 inch long and taper to a blunt point. That's just the description of, you know, you can all see that. Here's one right here. So African bell peppers, oh golly, is that the end of my thing? No, I have one more thing in here, sorry. The African bell pepper also goes in by about 20 different names. From cayenne, African pepper, American pepper, capsicum, peri, Zanzibar, etc., red pepper, pod pepper, goat's pepper, American red pepper, garden pepper, pepper, okay? Peppers have a lot of value in them. So my brand is Longevity Spice Blends. I have, you know, I do a blend of 39 spices for inflammation, but I hope you enjoy this because this is information on each individual spice. And I would love people just to use more spice in their life. I feel it's going to benefit you one way or the other. I love you. I'm going to, you know, say goodbye right now. I guess my phone's ringing. It's a live presentation. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.